Yeah, looks, yay.
Webinar is being live streamed, it says.
Yeah, cool. Being live streamed. All right, recording in progress, and we will get started. I'm just going to do the introduction and then we will get straight into it. So hello and welcome to season 8 of the Mundane to Magical online summit series. My name is Louise Matson, and as always, I am truly blessed to be your host. Today, I'm really excited to welcome another brand new speaker to the summit, the wonderful and funny Colby Wilk. Again, it was through divine intervention and my connection with Raven Many Voices that brought Colby and I together. I'm so glad that they did. Colby has a wonderful, dry sense of humor and brings this to the work that he does. Colby uses highly developed intuitive skills to help you transform yourself. And when you accept yourself and your divinity, well-being arises. What was unhealable heals, what was unchangeable changes, sometimes instantly. While a counselor and coach, Colby recognized that there was a power beyond traditional therapeutic methods that could shift what seemed unchangeable, the very core of a person. Colby assists his students and clients gain a greater connection to themselves and to the higher realms, and not just for a moment, but in a profound and ongoing way. And with compassion and his great sense of humor, Colby partners with you to help you take your own heroic journey into self-mastery. And this is something that we're going to touch upon during this conversation. What Colby offers is not a miracle, although at times it is miraculous. He has trained in NLP, hypnotherapy, theta healing, core energetics, Reiki, Tibetan Buddhism, Tantra Qigong, and has studied with Linda Cesara, I hope I've said that right, and Pat Fields. Now, the topic of our conversation today is how to maximize your session with any healer, guide, or teacher. When I chatted with Colby prior to the summit, this topic really stood out for me as the one to bring to you at this time. So many people are seeking transformation and wanting to stand in their power, live authentically, and experience miracles, whether that be related to their health or life experiences. But they don't often feel that they get the results that they're looking for. And if this is you, if you're frustrated with how slow your life is changing, or how you feel you've done all the work, and you've seen all the shamans, the gurus, the healers, the therapists, you've read the books, you've attended the workshops, but you're not where you want to be. And you're thinking, how does that other person come into such a quick transformation and it doesn't happen to me? Then stay tuned, because this is the call for you. This is an opportunity to get your questions answered, as Colby will be taking live calls. So please feel free to write any questions in the chat box or the Q&A, or raise your hand if you would like to speak directly to Colby live on the show. So without any further ado, let's get started. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to welcome you to the show, Colby.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, we've covered a bit in about yourself and the work that you do. So do you want to go straight into the topic that we've come to discuss?
I am open to your way of doing things, whatever you like.
This is obviously a topic that we spoke about when we first connected on a call, and so many people, I know from my experience that I have a lot of people who come and say, I've worked with this healer, I've worked with that healer, and they say the same things, or I don't get anywhere, I don't see the results. And even yesterday, I think it was on the call yesterday, somebody put in the chat that they've done all this work, they've been doing all this work, but they're just not seeing the shifts, the changes that they expect to see or wanted to see in the physical, in their physical reality. So what's been your experience with people about how to kind of change that, how to assist people to kind of really shift and see those transformations that they're seeking?
I've been doing this a long time. And initially I started as a counselor. Then I became a coach, and now I do what I do. And in short, counseling teaches people how to be. How do you be with your partner? How do you be with your employment status? How do you be? Coaching is all about performance. How do you do better at your job, your health? How do you do better?
Mm.
Spiritual healing or spiritual guidance is about seeing beyond being and doing and seeing the illusion that this is. I call that self-mastery.
Mm.
Because when you master yourself, then you can master your universe. So when people come, and I've been doing this a long time, 6 to 8 sessions a day, seen a lot of people. And I can tell you there are some people that just get it and boom. And there are some people it's much more challenging. There are those of us who have, and if you're one of those people, this call is for you, right? So part of the reason I wanted to do this is because I love to work with people who are ready to work. That's a lot more fun for me. So part of the reason I'm doing this is so I can educate people so that when they come to me or anyone else, they're ready.
Yeah.
Some folks think that spiritual healing can resolve their problem the way they would bring their car to a mechanic, right? That we're just going to get in there as spiritual healers, guides, dig around and like you're getting a haircut or a massage. And that's much more complex, shifting someone's consciousness than changing their psychic anatomy. And you got to have a good reason to come to a healer. So I've got this broken down into 5 points, so it's maybe easy to follow. And like you had said, if anyone wants to call in or Zoom in and say, you know, I can't get anywhere, maybe I could help them figure out why that is.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
So shall we start with the 5 steps or the 5 points?
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of us believe on some level that if we complain or have a tirade or a tantrum, God or whoever is going to listen to us. If we come on the phone or Zoom with our healer friend and complain and tell us how bad our life is, it's going to create sympathy on the part of the healer, and therefore the healer is going to work harder for us. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing. Because the only time someone really heals is when they stand in their power and they surrender simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's a combination of standing and falling back. Yeah. If you're in your victim, poor me, stuff keeps on happening to me, you are neither standing in your power nor you surrender. You want someone to save you. And my friends, no one can save you but you. All we can do as healer types is walk with you on your journey. That's all we can do. Yeah. We cannot fix you. And I know, I've been looking for a magic bullet or pill for a long time, as I imagine you have. And there is none. And I know a lot of healers do a lot of disservice to people trotting out their miracle stories and building expectations for potential clients, and it's not serving them. Okay, so you got to stand in your power, you got to surrender fully, you got to give up pity and dissatisfaction and move into appreciation, even before the healing can occur.
Yeah,
which is very tough if you're suffering, very tough. But it's the only way it's going to happen. In one of my meditations, I speak to God or these beings. Who knows? I don't know who I'm talking to. They don't give me a card. I don't know. And even if they did, how would I verify that? And God or whoever said, you know, God comes with your might. Your might, your strength. God comes with your strength. It's not God's going to save you.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. Even though the general culture believes, like, oh, poor me, please save me. God's going to come and pick you up with its giant hands, or there, however you say that. God comes with your might. So you've got to be in touch with your might. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had clients come crying, coming in the door crying that their husband left them, their children don't like them, they've got cancer. Oh, save me, as if I have some sort of magic psychic, oh, pardon me, magic psychic wand that's going to shake over them and heal them. And I know we want to believe that. I know we do. It's not how it works. No one can change your consciousness but you. I can stand with you. I could use my gift of being able to track energy, being able to see what you're not paying attention to, what you're ignoring, so I can move your attention to it. But you're the one who's got to do the work. And I know people don't want to hear that, but I'm going to try to save a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had experiences with this as well, right? Like clients come.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even when I was working in the physical health setting as a therapist, I only really wanted to work with those people who were ready to work, that were ready to step out of the poor me, the victim me, you need to mend me, particularly in the health service. You know, you've got the uniform on, you're here to mend me. And it doesn't matter what I do when I leave the office, it doesn't matter what I do with my life, how I live my life, I'm coming to you to get fixed. And it never works.
It's an enormous amount of pressure for you too, right? It's
Absolutely. Yeah. And the people who have, and even when I got out of that state of looking to the higher energies to, sort this out, fix this, whatever, just take this bit of me that's not working and get rid of it and, connect me to my highest light. It wasn't until I absolutely surrendered into, but stood in my power at the same time.
right? With gratitude and appreciation.
Yeah. I mean, the worst things, in inverted commas, that have happened in my life, I'm so grateful for them, now. I mean, I said to a client the other day, I wouldn't do anything different. If I had my time again, I would still appreciate that which has happened to me, because it's enabled me to be here now in the place that I'm in.
I wish I had accepted it earlier.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I just wish I had. Okay, that's what happened. Anyway, so the second point is you must come to your healer with a clear intention. An intention is not a plea. It's not begging. It's not like the universe is Santa Claus and you got to be good. It's not like God is a slot machine and you put your coin in and something comes out. Or it's not like you're getting gambling advice and get an edge. It's a clear intention. An intention is standing in that I am a creator. And what I'm creating is me. I am creating me. One, you can consider yourself not even a being, but a point of view. You are creating that point of view.
Yeah.
That's what you're shifting. So your intention should never be to heal this or that or the other, but rather to see things differently. That is the miracle. And by seeing things differently, now change can occur. If you're a single person and you don't want to be a single person and you come to your healer saying, I want to be coupled, but I'm not, the first piece of information we're going to give you, let's accept the fact that you're single. And let's draw as much satisfaction from that as possible. And by accepting your status, and by accepting it, you can learn the lessons that you're trying to learn, cultivate that information, cultivate that energy. And so your soul is like, okay, learn that, ready to learn something else. Maybe I want to learn how to be in relationship. So you're coming with a clear intention. An intention is not begging, pleading, please, I've suffered so much. It's a desire to change perspective.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's often comes through that it's about reframing, changing, shifting that perspective. But again, what you say about acceptance, what I was given years and years back was it's radical self-acceptance with radical self-love, but honesty. You got to be honest with yourself.
Right. And I was thinking nothing pisses off a healer more than someone saying, "What do you see?" Because there's no intention behind that.
Yeah.
Then you're using your healer as a carnival ride, right? You're a spiritual hobbyist or a spiritual you're seeking spiritual entertainment. That's not what our gift is for. Our gift is not to amaze you and support our own ego. Look what I know. Our gift is supposed to, in my opinion, help you to be aware of what you're not exactly accepting. That's what our gift is supposed, so we can help you accept it and unfold and flourish. That's what it's for. Third step, are you ready? Third thing. Your intention, whatever it is really your soul's desire to evolve. If you give into what your soul is wanting, then stuff can happen for you. So for instance, going back to the single person, my intention is to meet my soulmate, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Which is another thing that pisses off healers is like when clients use terminology that's not exactly defined, that they've taken it as a concept, but they don't really know what it is. Okay. So my intention is to find my soulmate. Okay. You want to meet your partner. Okay. What is your soul requesting through that desire? If you know what your soul wants, then you know how to live your life. You know what's on target and what's off target. So maybe for that person, and one would need to look, that person's soul is wanting them to learn self-acceptance. Oh, that's what my soul wants. So then anything that doesn't help me to accept myself, let's say candy, or eating ice cream too late, or having sex with your ex, is off base. Everything that helps me to accept myself, yoga, meditation, maybe, having a drink once a week, whatever the case may be, anything that helps me to accept myself is on base. Your intention comes from your personality and ego. But if it's only your ego that's coming, you're not going to fulfill your intention through your soul, through your spiritual healer. It's got to be supported by your soul. And if you are willing to own that your soul is trying to teach you X, whatever that might be, self-acceptance, self-love, self-trust, abundance, that you are the creator, could be many different things.
Yeah.
Now you've got traction because your soul's like, oh, wow, she, they are getting it. Ah, wow. They're finally open to listen. Let me give them more resource. Finally, they're open. Here we go. Here we go. I'm sure you found that as well, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was when I looked into freedom and joy, that's what my soul desired. Freedom and joy. And it didn't have, there wasn't anything tangible connected to it. It was just the energy of freedom and the energy of joy. And so then, of course, when I was fully on board with that, it came in many ways that my ego didn't necessarily like, i.e. break down a relationship, becoming homeless, various other things, but I was still getting freedom. And then once I was able to, again, be grateful for the experience of actually acknowledging that that was the process that I was undertaking, and it was in my greatest and highest good, that I then began to kind of connect into the enjoyment of freedom. And what that my newfound freedom meant, and the opportunities that were there, then that led into the opportunity for joy to come in. So yeah,
my theme seems to be about trust. And when I'm moving with trust, then stuff works out for me. When I get cautious or try to, get suspicious, all hell breaks loose for me. Just like, oh, let me just trust. It's all going to work out. I've got it. But that's very different than your theme. So
Yeah.
clients need to know or get help with discovering their theme. Within that theme is based their intention. That intention is not a begging or a pleading. It is a creation that you are trying to create. Shift your perspective so that you have more peace, more freedom, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
All right. Next, our next point is that healing is not always fun. In my opinion, our journey in this life is become ourselves. That's what we're here to do. Whoever that is, we're here to be ourselves. That means it's a version of stepping out of the closet, right? So everyone is stepping out of the closet and keeps on stepping out of closet, out of closet, out of closet, out of closet, accepting themselves, loving themselves, opening. And that might mean you discover something you don't like about yourself. That means you might discover something you've hidden about yourself. That might mean you discover something you love about yourself. But your journey in this lifetime, all of ours, is to become ourselves, not to meet anyone's expectations, not to gather stuff, not to make any art or build a building or write a book. All those things can happen. Our journey is to become ourselves. And the journey of becoming ourselves is sometimes not fun.
Yeah.
When we discover something about ourselves, like our hatred, our rage, our disappointment, it's not always a good time. Oh, wow, I really hate that person. I really hated my caretaker. God, I'm such a piece of... No, I accept that about me. That's our journey. Oh, we just got a message or something. I just saw something flash across the screen. That was very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Destine Reed says that her soul wants peace and harmony and asks if you will be taking questions. And I've just said yes.
Sure. The other piece, and we're coming to the last, I think my last point, is as a healer or spiritual guide or mentor, whatever we're going to call it, we are not here to introduce you to your guides. We're not here to talk to your dead relatives, although that can be great. And maybe somebody else does that. We are not here to tell you who your next what you should do with your boyfriend. It's not what we're here to do. To tell you how to hedge your bets. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. If people do that, that's what we call like a storefront psychic, where you go and you want to read your cards, which is fine. That's great. But then that generates that every time you have a major decision make, you've got to visit that person so that you get the best deal, assuming that person's accurate.
Yeah.
Better is, as spiritual guides, spiritual healers, we help you to figure out who you are and what you want, and that you believe you can have it.
Yeah.
Now, I know that may be disconcerting for some people, but as I said, a coach helps you be with whatever. A coach helps you perform, a counselor helps you be, and a spiritual healer guide helps you to see beyond all of it and your part in it. That's what we do. And if you're using us to manipulate this reality to get what you want from an egoic point of view, it's not going to be successful, because spirit is not aligned with that.
Yeah.
Those are my 5 fabulous points.
They are fabulous indeed. And I agree with every single one of them. Yeah. I mean, one of the things for me is that, my work is here to empower people to be all that they are. And I'm not here to answer, whether you should do something or not. As um, one of my shamanic teachers used to say, I don't want your apple, like kids used to give the apple to the teacher.
I don't want your validation. No.
Yeah, I don't want your apple. Don't give me your power. Don't put me in that position that you're dependent on the answer that I'm giving you to the direction of your life. It's, the answers are within. All of the answers are within.
Your answers would be within. Like, where else would God put them? But
Exactly.
in your body. Like, would they be outside of you in the ethers? No, it's inside all your lessons, all your karma is here. Now, I'm talking from somebody who used to believe it was outside of me. I am somebody who used to go to people to fix me. So I am a recovering energy junkie. Okay. That's what I am. And so I know this world of outsourcing your power. And by the way, as you know, when someone gives you their apple or gives you their, it's very uncomfortable energetically. It feels like a damp, wet blanket goes over you, and it confuses our psychic sensitivity, right? It's like, just get off of me, right? Get off of me. So we don't want your power. Physiologically, energetically, we don't want it. We want you to be powerful beings, so there are more people like us to hang out with.
Yeah.
Because being on the leading edge of consciousness is a little lonely. It is. So yeah, I wanted to do this show because I wanted to have a recording to send potential clients, like to get you prepared so you don't annoy me. Because it just, when clients come at me, it takes me out with this stuff. It takes me into my ego. Right? It takes me into, it's like, please, let me just stay here. Stop. I've had people come to me wanting lottery numbers. I've had people coming to me wanting me to put their hair back on their head. And I'm like, have you seen my hairline? Like, why would you ask that, right? And I've had amazing clients that are it's so rewarding to work with them. And they're so full of appreciation from the beginning that it brings me more deeply into the energy. Why we're spiritual healers, maybe people don't understand this, is you clients are our means to go deeper into our spirituality. I do this because I love being in the energy of the divine. That's what you do for me. I don't do this to fix you. That doesn't give me joy because I can't fix you. If my self-esteem is based on trying to fix you and you don't recover, then I feel bad. See, that doesn't work. Right? So, yeah. Let's see if people have some questions, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, we have a couple of people with their hands up, so I will bring Elena Fairchild on first. Elena, you are allowed to speak.
If people show their video, that would really help me. And if not, that's okay too, but it would be my preference.
Elena, can you unmute yourself? Thank you. Oh,
she's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, she's unmuted.
Elena, can you hear us? Can you speak? Okay. I'm going to.
Poor Elena's like screaming at her computer right now. I can't figure this out. Technology is great when it works.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to just disable your ability to talk, Elena. I'm going to move on to the next person. So hopefully I'll be able to come back to you if you're able to unmute yourself and speak. So Destine. Oh, Destine, you've got an older version of Zoom. Okay. Does anybody else want to raise their hand and come on and speak directly to Colby? Otherwise, can you put your questions in the chat? Maria Ringblom, I'm allowing you to talk, Maria. Are you able to unmute?
Mute.
Hey.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I just sort of I did it on an impulse because I don't really have any questions apart from that. I fully resonate with what you are talking about because I moved from England to Scotland 3 years ago, and I was for 2 years stuck in a freezing cold cottage. And until I really surrendered and decided, well, the universe, if you want me to stay on in Scotland, you need to help me find a place. And I stopped looking, and the place showed up, and also includes a beautiful ginger cat. The problem is it's another stone-walled home. So we are having very warm weather, but I'm actually dreading the winter. I've got central heating now.
Maria, can I jump in?
Cold. Sorry.
Maria, can I jump in?
Yes, please do.
So, sweetie, it's not the universe who's in charge of you, it's you. So when you say when the universe wants me to X, it's you. You are your life, and you are the product of your desire. Nothing is happening to you that you have not put into play. So if you want to live in a warmer house, you say, I want to live in a warmer house. And you start moving in that direction with appreciation and knowing that it's coming. The fact that you're saying, hey, the universe wants me to, has a little parent-child relationship color to it. I suggest you start seeing yourself as the creator and creation of your experience. Does that make sense, Maria?
Yes, absolutely. But the situation was that I was already preparing to move back to England because I was in touch with my ex-landlords. So I was ready to go because I decided I wasn't able to find anything else here. So I sort of surrendered. I gave up trying to push and use my will and control. And then the doors opened up and the place is warmer. So I think I'm doing a gradual job. But I can see, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I'll be careful not to try to, to make the universe to sort of mother me. No.
Right, you are it.
I'm it. Yeah.
You're it. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. Joy has got a question. She doesn't want to come on audio, but she said, how can she keep her field clear and have sovereignty? It's Joy S.
Joy, that's a very big question. And there's all sorts of reasons why someone would have a challenge keeping their field clear. At the end of the day, well, with you, Joy, your issue has to do with early childhood, and that you learned early on that you had to give up yourself in order to get along with your family. So there's historical trauma here. I can't have me if I'm going to get along with them. So that belief needs to be changed, that I get to have me and screw them. The fact that you are finding people invasive, one, as a sensitive type, sure, we're a little more porous than the average Joe. But if your porousness, as yours is getting in the way of your everyday living, there's something going on here, which has to do, in your case, with the desire to take care of yourself in a way that your parents did not. The desire to nurture yourself, comfort yourself in the way that you wish your mom and dad had. So you're creating this situation from a creator point of view to get that level of nurturing. My suggestion to you is you meet with somebody who can repaginate your field and help you anchor more deeply into you, knowing that you are safe in this plane of existence, that you get to have you. You are not a servant, doormat, or accomplice to other people's desires. Please write in the chat box, since you're not willing to be on, and give me your point of view.
Oh, she says, yeah, she's in tears. Thank you so much. Destine's written her question down. She says she seems to be having some serious negative energy around that doesn't seem current. Can you give her some clarity on what's going on?
So that is not a clear, so this is where clear intention. There's true, if there's a lot of negative energy, which there is in that person's case, I would need to know about what to zero in on this. Look, we may be psychic, but we're not omniscient, right? You got to give us something, right? So if you have a lot of negative energy that's overwhelming you, that she said was from the past, is that what she said?
She says it does not seem current. So yeah, from the past.
Right. So that means if it does not seem current, that means she's reflecting on the past.
Mm.
And she's thinking a lot about the past, summoning that energy back. So the only thing you should ever be thinking about is the now and the future.
Mm.
That's all you should ever be thinking about. And if you think about the past, unless it's giving you pleasure, bring your attention back to the here and now, or your anticipation and eagerness about what's coming your way.
Mm. She says it's related to battle energy. She feels it's past life related.
I love when people do that. You know, the New Age movement has done a terrible, terrible thing. People are looking into past lives for resolution in this life. And yeah, there is truth to that, and I've had experience with that. But when people say, I have negative energy about a past life, what they're not owning is what's going on now. The reason the past life metaphor, and whether it's your past life, your granddad's past life, your great-grandmother's past life, or something else remains to be seen, or whether this is a past life which is actually a metaphor, who knows? The bottom line is the only reason you're seeing or perceiving a past life is because it's relevant to now. And my suggestion for her is, what is the issue now that is like this issue that she's referring to a past life? And then you go into it in your body and you resolve it from now, because you have much more power to deal with what's happening now than 16 generations ago.
Mm.
The other problem with past lives is we have multiple lives functioning simultaneously at all times. We are not just here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like trying to catch a star that's moving, which you can do, but it's much easier and much more accountable. What is going on now, and why am I dissatisfied now? As opposed to, well, I was in the Civil War and they took off my toe and I was pissed about it and then they made me eat it. Okay, great. That's great. We can forgive the person who took off your toe, forgive the person who ate it, forgive you for giving up your toe, whatever the case may be. Or we could look at the fact that right now you're telling your sister you're going to her wedding when you don't want to. Mm. And that's the issue that is having a resonance with what you're calling past life.
Yeah, yeah. So where is the conflict within you right here, right now, in your now moment, Estine? And connecting with that.
That was said better and shorter than I did it. Good job. You're a professional.
I'm succinct.
I like that. I like that a lot.
There is saying, hi there, she's been manifesting houses for years. They come, but the money for them doesn't. With very difficult neighbours, they really bother her teenage son. Wish you could tell him not to worry about the banging on the walls or repeating of private conversations. Her mic doesn't work, or she would have come on verbally.
I'm sorry, so she manifests houses, but not the money to buy them?
Presumably, I'm guessing that she's living in a situation that is providing a lot of conflict because of this difficult neighbor. She manifests houses, possibly houses come into her awareness, but the money to be able to move doesn't happen, maybe. If you can clarify.
It's funny. It's not what I would think. She shows me she has this money and she puts it in boxes for later. Like there's this idea that money is for later and not for now, which doesn't make sense for what she said, but that's what I'm seeing. That seems like a saver type, which Louisa doesn't seem like she is. But I need to know a little bit more to get more accurate information.
Yeah, she says she's currently in social housing. The money for the houses increased, the rent increased, or to buy. She just doesn't have any money. She's on benefits.
And she'd like more money.
Presumably, yeah, to be able to move.
So if she wants more money, then the thing here is they show me a peacock and she pulls out one of the feathers and starts writing. Peacock is all about pride and like, I'm a peacock, look at me. Right? So she needs to work more on the whole, I'm a peacock. I am beautiful. You are lucky to look upon me. Right? She needs to work on her self-pride, her like, I am worthy. Look at me, I'm glamorous. And then do creativity around that, whether that's writing or art. But she needs to believe in her specialness. And the truth is, none of us are special. All of us are ordinary. The really special people get that they're ordinary. And that's what makes them really special. So I'm saying that in relationship to this. If she were to like get that she is really special and had pride in that, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Karen Law says, can you help her work out what her theme is? She'd like to heal more people remotely, but she's not well enough herself, even though she does lots of healing on herself.
Right. So that is an interactive process. So she wants to pop on the call video. I'm glad to do it, but I can't do that.
Karen, are you happy to come on? If I open up I'm going to allow you to talk, Karen. Hey, Karen, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can, yes.
Hi, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
You are live with Colby. Go
Thanks
ahead.
so much.
Yes, my friend. You want to know your theme?
Yeah, well, I have been told a few times that I should be able, well, not should, that I could possibly in the future be able to heal. I never asked for this information, by the way. People just told me that I could possibly heal a lot of people. And I seem to have a gift for getting rid of pain, but I feel bad and a bit selfish that I'm not sharing it more. And so I would be grateful. I do kind of know that my theme is probably healing just because of what I can do, but because of my own health, I feel kind of restricted and I am quite shy. So I'm wondering if I could possibly get some advice about how I could try and improve doing remote healing.
Karen, do you want to do remote healing?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I do like helping people get rid of their physical pain, and I can do that quite easily. And I'm not being big-headed here.
So what? And you're not doing that more because you're incapacitated physically?
Yes.
So doesn't that take from you? You can only do healing successfully when you're full of life force yourself. If you're not full of life force yourself, you should not be doing it. It's dangerous.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. Yeah. How could it not be? You are a physical vessel. How can you help someone to heal if you're not well?
I didn't realize that.
Isn't there a contradiction in that? So, Karen, it seems like your theme seems to be knowing your limit. Like, are you somebody, like you've said to me a couple of times, people have told me this, I didn't choose this, I'm going to do this because I can do this, but it doesn't seem like there's any awareness of you in that.
Well, that's a possibility. But I do like helping people get rid of physical pain. I'm sure you understand.
Karen, feel what just happened in your body. I'll say it again. Your job is to be aware of you and know your limits and know what you want. Feel that in your body. I can feel that. What does that feel like, Karen, when I say that?
Well, I don't really know what else to do then, to be
Karen,
honest.
you didn't answer my question.
Sorry, what was the question?
There you go. What does that feel like when I say that?
When you say, know myself.
Know your limits. So, Karen, we're having an issue, and this is a good demonstration, where the client can't really hear what I'm saying. She's trapped in her own mind about what she thinks she wants and how she's going to get there. And she can't hear me. So Karen, I said to you, it's possible your theme is to know your limits and to know what you want, as opposed to respond to other people's needs or what you need to do to survive, but to know you and what you want. Feel what that does to your body when I say that. Feel.
Yeah, okay.
No, can you answer my question?
See,
What does that feel like,
See,
Karen?
well, to be honest, I feel frustrated because I've tried lots and lots of different things that I wanted to do myself, like art and jobs and everything, and I've had to limit them all because I'm not well. And the reason I'm not listening very well is because I've got fibromyalgia and I get a foggy brain. So my brain doesn't work very well. That's why I'm not actually taking in everything you're saying very well as well. You know, it's to do with my health.
Karen, are you with me?
Yes.
I'm going to clear your brain right now. Are you ready? It's very simple.
That would
There
be
you go.
brilliant. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. That'll give you a temporary little fix. Good. Karen, how you doing?
I feel a bit emotional, you know. Thank you very much.
So Karen, honey, you still there?
Yes.
Right. So I get that when you've tried to do your own thing, it hasn't worked out. And now you've got fibromyalgia and this other stuff, and you want to help other people heal, and you don't know what else to do. Is that basically the summation?
Yes.
Okay. But I don't really get from you what you want. Or are you?
Yeah.
Your theme seems to be about you. The reason people get illness, in my opinion, is because they're not listening to themselves, and the body tries to make you aware of what you're thinking. So I request you consider listening to this recording again and feeling again into what I'm saying, because I think I'm fairly accurate here.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure's mine. I can't hear you, Louise.
Yeah, I muted myself while Karen was talking. So Elena Fairchild, who was struggling to unmute herself, has written, she's been working relentlessly on herself for the past 8 years. When her awakening journey...
Relentlessly? That's not good. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun, does it? We're not here to work on ourselves. We're here to enjoy ourselves. All right, go ahead.
So this was for the past 8 years. So working morning till night, shifting from victim consciousness, releasing past traumas, old beliefs. And now she chooses every single day to embody vibrant health, soul's wealth. She chooses to be in alignment with soul's purpose and live on purpose. She's had skin cancer, a lesion on the left hip for 18 years. She made friends with it, accepted it, surrendered, made friends with death. She's not been treating it medically, just with energy healing by raising vibration and tending to shift out the condition. It's clear that it is related to energy. Otherwise, it would be dead already after 18 years. Any advice?
There's a lot of conclusions there.
Mm.
Like that she knows what the cause of her illness is, which she may be right, but her conclusion doesn't give her direction other than work relentlessly on herself. Like if you're working, the journey is to become ourselves, but we're supposed to have a good time. So my guidance to her would be to go and have a good time. Go and enjoy your life and stop working on yourself. Have relationships, go to the park, go to a carnival, go for a swim, enjoy life. Possibly your ego has latched onto this is the purpose of life. And possibly The ego doesn't want to let go because it doesn't want to deal with the confusion of not knowing what her purpose is. So she selected a false purpose. Not her ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's a lot. Like, I get how frustrated, I've been ill, right? I know how frustrating that is. But there's a lot of conclusions there as uncertainty. And where there's certainty, there's no place for something else to show up. When people say they choose happiness and they choose love, and then I hear their thinking is not based in that choice. It's almost like, my intention is to grow easily and gracefully. Really, because you don't treat yourself that way. Yeah, but that's my intention. But you got to follow that intention through with actions and how you talk to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I was guided to do was basically go through my day as, what would love look like right now? What would joy look like right now, and then do it. It didn't matter what your to-do list was saying, or, because I was senior management in the health service. So I was used to meeting deadlines, lists, all of that kind of thing. And literally when I kind of stepped out of all of that, it was literally, what does love look like right now? What does joy look like right now? Right. And do that. And after a while, you realize the to-do list get done. Everything gets done that needed to be done. But I had a fantastic time enjoying myself and giving myself the love and respect and the joy that I was seeking, that I was needing. So we've had some feedback. Karen Law says, thank you very much, Colby. Very much appreciated for the advice and the brain healing. And she will listen again. And Maria Ringblom, who you answered previously, said that she's getting deep insights about her relationship with the universe, and says, because of the Roman Catholic upbringing, just replace the word God with source, the universe, while still seeing that power as something outside of me. Quite a revelation. Thank you. So Maria Fells had a question. But again,
a lot of Marias.
No, yeah, it's really interesting. There are.
Good day.
She can't unmute, but she's put a question: what is best to get unstuck? I feel this doesn't have a lot of kind of real direction to it. She's been feeling that I don't know anymore what I'm meant to do professionally. It's like I'm in a fog.
Like you said, there's not a lot there, and having the intention to get unstuck is not an intention. However, I will say, if you're stuck, if that's your point of view, that means you're thinking the same set of thoughts over and over and over and over again. And now you have a cycle that falls in on itself, and you can't get out of the thought patterns. And so the key of getting unstuck is to think something different. I give Maria and all the Marias out there a challenge. 2 days of only thinking affirmative thoughts. 2 days, and you will notice something change. So when you're thinking, oh, I don't want to get up, you would say, oh, I'm enjoying my time in bed right now. Oh, I enjoy the soft covers. If I'm going to be here, I'm going to enjoy being here. Oh, there's my sister. She wants something from me. She always wants something from me. Oh, my sister's on the phone. I do love my sister. And I'm not going to talk to her right now because I'd rather eat this Danish. Okay, you keep moving yourself into a different thought pattern. And I promise you, in 2 days, you will see a change. But you've got to do it consistently for 2 days.
Yeah, and again, it's that reframing, it's that shifting of perspective, not staying in the same rut.
Swirl.
Yeah.
All of us, I mean, as a kid, I got a lot of attention because you could either, as a kid, get attention by being what your parents want you to be, approval, or you go for self-pity. You go for pity, okay? My older brother, went for approval. Good at an athlete, smart guy, good-looking guy, went for approval. I go for self-pity. I'm cute, I'm funny, I'm affable. Poor me, I can't do it myself. I can't read. I was a special ed kid. Help me, do it for me. And even though I'm not 6 or 12 years old anymore, that self-pity drive is still there. And I still find myself like, can I get this person to do something for me so I know I'm loved? So I have to watch the self-pity thoughts and change them into something more affirming. Oh, no one loves me. No one cares about me. See, he didn't call me to go out. She didn't. Okay, Colby, come on. They do love you. He has invited you. She has invited you. It's all right, because I have this predisposition to self-pity. My ego does. So I have to keep on pulling myself out. Maria's 2 days.
Excellent. So we've got another person with their hand up, Marielle Savard. Marielle, can you unmute yourself?
I did. Do you hear me?
We do indeed. Welcome. You are live with Colby.
Okay. So I sometimes I get these thoughts, like you said, I think God helped me, but I respond to myself because I know this is not a powerful thought. So I respond and I say I'm powerful beyond measure. So it seems that I'm 63 now, that I have more negative thoughts than when I was young, that I need this conversation all the time, you know, I need to respond to myself all the time. If I get angry at somebody, then I start saying my mantra, or I say the Ho'opono prayer, but I would prefer you know, to be like I would when I was younger, and I was just simply positive. It seems. Maybe I don't remember.
So you're saying, so Maria, I'm going to call you Maria because everyone's Maria on this call. Marielle, I understand what you're saying. Personally, I understand what you're saying. So I'll tell you why I believe this is happening. Is that okay?
Yeah.
When we were in our 20s, we had less self-awareness. One, because we had less self-awareness, we didn't dig down through the ocean of our consciousness. We just let stuff float around. Now that we're older, we have pulled some of the old tires out of our ocean and old cars, right? But in pulling all that stuff out, our consciousness has more waves to it. And it's crashing up on the shore, destroying our land, which holds our consciousness in place. And because we have less land holding our consciousness in place, we feel more fragile. That's why we have the impression of being more sensitive, more easy to upset as we get older. Does that answer that first piece, Marielle?
Yeah.
Okay, so wisdom comes with age, but also fragility comes with age. Both are true. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay, so the second thing you said, I'm trying to remember. What was the second thing she said?
When I get angry and then
Right, I'm powerful beyond measure. Marielle, do you believe that, sweetheart?
Well, some seconds.
Marielle, I didn't ask you, do you want to believe in it? I said, do you believe it?
Yes, I want to believe it.
So the reason that's not working so effectively, Marielle, is you don't believe that. So you've jumped too far. So I suggest you start a little lower to like, oh, God, help me. Okay, hold on. That's not serving me because I'm outsourcing. Okay, I can trust that everything's working to my advantage because it always is.
Sometimes I'm saying I'm protected. I'm not sure if.
No, that's okay. Mario, my point is that you don't want to jump to this giant this over the top like I am God, if you're not there. You got to start with something you believe that you could lock into. And when you lock into it, then you could incrementally upgrade your belief structure. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I could try that.
Right. So, oh God, help me. Maybe you go with, wait, I've been around for quite some time. Is there really anything that's going to really unsettle me? Like I've been homeless, as you said, I've been single, I'll be fine. I can get behind, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've always been fine. Okay. I've always been safe. Okay. I've always been protected. Okay. I'm going up. I've always been protected because, something out there watches out for me. I watch out for me. Oh, God watches out for me. Oh, wait a minute. I am God. I am the creator. I am the creation. All is well. And I got myself up. But you're jumping 20 stories and it's too far for your ego to maintain. So that's why it's not working so great.
Okay. And what about the anger?
What about the anger? That you're angry that what, honey?
Hmm?
What are you angry about?
Oh, there's a man.
There's always a man. What's the short story, Marielle?
Asking my friend to convince me to go out with him, but I don't want.
So don't go out with him.
No, I don't. But my friends and people around me keep trying to convince me, and it annoys me.
Okay. So it annoys you because they're intruding on you?
Yeah.
It annoys you because you can't seem to successfully stand up for yourself and people see that you're standing up for yourself and take you seriously?
Well, I think I stand up for myself, but I tell them to stop. I tell them I don't want. But it doesn't stop.
Okay. So my question to you is, do you feel like you stand up for yourself?
I sure try, but maybe at an energetic level, I don't.
Well, sweetie, why is the universe giving you this experience? Why is the universe giving you friends and family saying, hey, meet this guy, you're saying no, and they keep pushing? What is the universe trying to do for you? The universe is trying to get you to stop being so pig-headed and give other people's opinion a shot, stand up for yourself, allow people to have their own opinions and don't get tweaked about them. What is the universe trying to teach you here? What is the bigger lesson?
Maybe not being bothered by what people say.
Okay. And is that something that is a theme for you that you often get tweaked out by other people say? Because it's a theme, sweetie. The universe keeps working on us, keeps pushing, keeps pushing, keeps pushing. It is relentless.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. When they, yeah. It depends when.
So you can allow people to have their opinions and just that's who they're being. That's okay. I don't need you to be any way to be okay with that, with me. However, if you keep doing that, I'll choose not to hang out with you.
Yeah, I've stopped hanging out with a lot of people.
Because they're trying to prostitute you out to this guy.
Yeah.
There's something going on here that you're not saying, sweetheart. You're not telling me the whole story. And if you want to, you're certainly welcome to book a session with me and we could talk more about it. Because obviously you don't want to go into great detail about this.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
I'm seeing a whole lot of stuff here, sweetheart. So keep listening to the call and we'll talk more if you desire.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Marielle.
Also known as Maria.
Everybody's going to be known as Maria.
Everyone's is the show with the Marias.
Has anybody else got a question, or does anybody else want to come on? And has anybody been in that position where you've read the self-help books, you've been to the healers, you've been to the gurus, you've you've sat at a teacher's feet and you just are not getting that shift that you expected or that you hoped, now's your opportunity. We have Colby to kind of see where you may be sabotaging yourself, see where you may be in one of those 5 areas. Oh, we've got Maria Ringblom again. I can't remember if we could get you to talk. Hi, Maria, can you unmute?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
It's Maria. It's another
I think I'm
Maria.
in this situation because I'm an eternal student and I'm like dreaming and planning. I'm a mental projector. I'm dreaming and planning to come out with my work one day, but it's never happening. So I think I'm almost sabotaging myself with maybe
Maria, I need you to slow down and make room for us. What are you asking of me and Louise?
If on this very subject that Louise just touched, that I've done lots of healing work. I'm very aware. I know a lot. All I'm doing is just new courses, learning more, but I don't seem to be able to come out with it. I used to be a teacher. When I had a normal teaching job, it was fine.
So Maria, here's the deal. Are you prepared to hear this?
Yes, absolutely. I
Maria,
don't trust you.
okay, Maria, you should trust me. You don't know me.
Well, I know you enough now.
Don't trust me. No psychic's 100% accurate.
No, I know.
I'm just going to share with you my point of view and you see if it resonates with you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Don't give away your power so readily, sweetheart. Maria, there are 2 types of beings in some respects. There are people with a very sure sense of self, and they tend to be able to handle trouble really well. They can survive because their sense of self is solid. Do you understand so far, Maria?
Yes.
And then there's another type of being who doesn't have a secure sense of self and who's more open. However, they're less able to handle emergency situations. Which do you think you are, Maria?
Second type.
You're the first, sweetie.
Really? I mean, I don't have.
You are stubborn like no one's business. You have a secure sense of self. You are contained. You are solid like an iron ball. If I needed somebody in emergency, I would call on you.
Emergency, yeah, I agree.
Okay, you are solid. Okay, that means you are stubborn like no one's business. So it's very difficult for you to let something in because you're made of iron. However, you're a survivor. So once you get a change, although it's hard to change the iron, it really takes hold. Okay, there's pluses and minuses to both types. You're one or the other, and there's nothing, you just know. So you are an iron ball. And so here you are, unable to really make change because you're stubborn. And where you're stubborn, sweetie, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm listening.
By the way, am I reading you or am I reading the woman down the street? So far, you feel like I'm accurate?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, thank you very much. So you, instead of being like a soft, mushy Nerf ball, okay, you are hard like one of those stalagmites. I see a star with like a sharp. You're sharp and you're not soft. You're hard. What you need to do is get soft like a Nerf ball. And the way you get soft is you get soft with you. You open your softness. That means you pet kittens, you play with puppies, you take the time to be soft with people as opposed to engaging, as opposed to smart, as opposed to funny. You soften. You soften. When you soften, then the universe becomes softer. Right now, your relationship with the universe is you're hard, the universe is hard. You're soft, the universe gets softer. Now, this goes against a lot of your training. But of course, it does go against your training because this is your soul path. Usually you start here and you wind up in the exact opposite place of where you began your journey. Do you understand?
Yes, I think it doesn't have to do with me opening my heart, because I have that protective shell that I built up as a child to survive.
Yes. So we want to open your heart. We want to open you to be soft. If I talk about opening your heart, you get scared and back up. So that's why I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you just allowing yourself. So close your eyes. Imagine you're a circle, three-dimensional circle, and notice where your edges are. And now soften the circle. Just soften it like a sponge. Be a little softer. Yeah, like that. Can you feel the difference?
Yes, that's why I love cuddling my little ginger friend. He's so soft.
Okay, and so you're going to become soft.
And because deep inside me, I know I'm very vulnerable and sensitive, because I have a very open design. But I also know that, yeah, I created that hard outer.
Right, and that you created it for good reason, and now it can be a skill set that you use at times, but it doesn't have to be who you are all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I trust humans less and less, and I'm not.
Stop saying that, sweetie. That's not.
Anymore.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. That's not helpful.
I know, but
It's not helpful.
I've had so many rejections since I moved to Scotland.
I want you to stop talking because you're not helping yourself right now.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to having a softer relationship with the universe, and the universe showing up as supportive of you. You're looking forward to having people see you as soft and treating you as the loving being that you are. You cannot heal unless you stand in your power and surrender. That means giving up the self-pity you got going. I'm not saying you don't have reason to have self-pity, sweetheart. I'm saying it's not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I totally agree with all this, what you're saying. Yeah.
Awesome.
Lesson, a huge lesson.
If I can be of further help, please contact me.
Yes, thank you very much, Colby. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Maria, for coming on and sharing. I'm just aware of the time. A lot more people have come on and have been asking questions. Actually, Regina said she definitely agrees, and she's already received a lot of aha moments with you talking to other people, and she's obviously been feeling in tune with a lot of stuff that you've been saying. What I will say is Colby has offered a free gift for all of the Mundane to Magical Summit. It's a new tree ceremony. Do you want to speak to that a little bit, Colby? Just to kind of show what
the new tree ceremony is for people who love life, but not their life. So it's for people who want to recreate themselves. It is only to be done once. You don't want to recreate your life more than once, because literally it is about willing to let go of everything. Because it works, but you're letting go of everything and then you're starting fresh. So it's for people. It's a ceremony. I think it's like maybe 10, 15 minutes. You do it once, you do it with a lot of awareness. It's very, very powerful. And it's for people who love life, but don't like their life. And they recreate. Only once.
Yes, I have recreated my life, and it's an interesting experience. So I would would advise, if you're going to do that ceremony, only do it the once in a lifetime. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us live, for bringing your questions. Thank you to those who it's a courageous thing to come on live when it's a live audience setting and you're sharing some things about yourself and you don't quite know where the conversation is going to go. Because again, when we bring our issues to a healer on a session like this, we have an expectation of the answer that we're going to get, and the answer that we actually get isn't always what our ego had in mind. So, because sometimes the healer, the energy worker goes that bit deeper. It goes that bit into those aspects that you weren't so aware of, or part of you was aware of and doesn't really want to shine the light on. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this. It's being authentic with ourselves, being honest with ourselves. That's where the shifts come from. Getting out of that the power is outside of me position. It's not. The power is within you, and that's what this healing journey is all about. Allowing you to connect in with that, accept it, love it, and be it. Not be afraid to be it. Is there anything that you want to finish with, Colby, before we wrap this conversation up?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Is there anything I want to finish saying? Everything you want is available to you. You just got to resonate with that which you desire. And that means mastering your consciousness. So many of us are looking for healing as if it's going to come outside of ourselves, as opposed to being willing. The end result, we all want enlightenment, but no one of us really know what that is. So I'm going to take a moment. Enlightenment is being fully alive. That's what we want. In order to be fully alive, we have to master ourselves. We have to master our consciousness. And when we do that, we become awakened or enlightened. We become fully alive. Awakening does not come from outside of the self. Enlightenment is an inside job. Thank you for having me on.
No, it's been an absolute joy. Thank you for joining us. I'm just aware that my puppy is now chewing the leg of my chair. So if you hear any kind of grinding noises, he's just having a go at my chair. It's been very quiet all the way through. So I'm grateful for that. So I suggest everybody goes onto the free gifts page and checks out the free gift. But like Colby says, it's a powerful transmission. So, just be aware that you only really want to be doing that once. And if you're interested in checking out Colby's work, connecting with him, going a bit deeper into some of the things that have come up for you, or maybe you've been triggered by some of the conversations that have been coming up for other people and you resonate with that, then please follow the links on the emails and on the free gift information to go and access Colby's website and check in with him, check in with his work if it feels aligned. We've got lots of thank yous, lots of gratitude for what we've been discussing and for your amazing work as well, Colby. So thank you so much to everybody for joining. Thank you, Colby, for joining us. It's been an absolute joy and a pleasure to connect with you again. Tomorrow we have a day off. It is Halloween. So go enjoy yourselves, do whatever it is that you want to do on that day. And we have another live call on the 1st of November, and we're closing this summit on the 2nd of November. So we've just got 2 more live calls to go. So from my heart to yours, thank you everybody for joining us. And I wish you well, go well, enjoy yourselves. That's really what we're here for. And have a great rest of your day wherever you are in time and space at this moment. Take care, everyone. Bye.